Hi there. Welcome to another edition of the Illumination Weekly. We're looking at September 23rd through the 29th. This is actually the 24th I'm doing the reading because I was out of town, but I expect you'll forgive me. I'm Duchene, and I'm the creator of the Illuminating Journey Cards, which I'm using today for the reading. So I've prepared the cards, and let's see what's happening. We are coming to the end of the month, but we won't be at the end yet. There's a lot of things that are starting to activate inside of us, outside of us. So things that have been in pause since maybe the beginning of the year or April or previously are now starting to move and going to rise to the surface. So there's going to be a lot of shifting going on. We are in a 12 universal months and a 12 universal year. So the best way to deal with all of this is to embrace what is joyful about this experience. It's all just an experience, even the shitty parts. So just being able to open your heart, open your mind, open your being to this idea that shifts are happening, and we don't always choose these things, but they come to us, and they are opportunities to do something different or to stay doing the same thing. So it's all part of the flow. And just knowing that we are in a time of liberation, so we are being encouraged to choose things that are exciting to us, that have meaning to us, that are going to expand our experience in greater ways, moving out of thinking or overthinking into experiencing life. So yeah, very exciting. Okay, let's see. First, it's so interesting. This card has been coming up a lot. Soul Portal number 3. And one of the key things about this particular card that's so interesting is, I'm just going to turn it down so you can see better, is this to me always speaks about joy. It speaks about sparking the divine intuition or the divine within you, the idea of being creative in a new way, not just like imagining, there's a noise, just imagining there's, you are being drawn to the light to expand your ability to receive information and downloads. And what are you going to do with this as you're drawn towards the light? What will you swim up to? What will you receive? What will you focus on? If you were underwater and you were swimming towards light, what would it feel like? Probably joyful, probably exciting, probably illuminating and liberating, because it's like, oh, all these thoughts that have been stuck in my head are disappearing. And so interesting. I'm just seeing this, never seen this in this way before, but it actually looks like a figure standing here, kind of like a being going, arms raised to the light to help you kind of receive new information. So that's actually very fascinating. So this is what it's telling me is that you are poised, you're in position to begin to receive more information, new information that will lighten your journey, ease your passage, delight you, help you come into the sense of lightness. There's a unicorn in the background. There's this famous art in the background here of the finger of God bringing life into being. And so this time we're in is really about bringing you alive into this lightness of going, more is possible, and more is possible that is joyful. So yes, feels very full of promise and very exciting, but not exciting in that like, oh, I'm all excited and then nothing happens. This is more the excitement of stepping into things that you've been waiting for, and you don't even remember that you're waiting for them, but now they're here. It feels like, oh, I can do this. I can be light. I can be delighted. Yes, it feels very, very rich with promise and just brilliant. It's just about opening up the brilliance of what is available to you and being in complete you know, love that this is possible, that I can get to do this thing with joy, with my whole heart, even things I don't know, new things, old things. Second card is the card number 1, Soul Portal. So also with fire, it's interesting, this energy here feels like very much light. This too feels a similar kind of energy, like the figure going towards this energy, this light, this kind of accepting knowledge and experience through the lens of this light. And here we have a figure going towards the light in a different way, with determination. So there's very much a focus of not only being in joy, as we have seen, the joy of swimming up to the light, but the determination and discipline to travel into the light on horseback, to take the journey that is required to become more on purpose, more focused, new beginning, this idea that this has been a long time coming. That's what this feels like there is new things coming in. And in some ways, it's very surprising. And in other ways, it just feels so right. And so this idea of following that path, knowing that what you're desiring lies beyond this and is needing your participation. So feels, yes, very exciting. The idea that comes through is kind of entering the battlefield, but it's not about being at battle with one another or destroying others. It really is about retrieving the energy you left on the battlefield that is not serving you and going, this is what I want, and I'm going to take the path that takes me there. I'm going to kind of move away from needing to persuade others that my path is the right one for me, and just go, this is the path for me, and I'm not asking for permission. I'm also not rebelling against anyone. I'm just going for what feels true to me, and I'm going with delight, joy, and lightness. And those who want to come with me, great. And those who don't, great. It doesn't matter because it's all good. I know where I'm going. So it isn't about persuading others or convincing others. It's much more focused and aligned. That's what it feels like. So the third card, so that's interesting that we got a number. The third card is the number 8, and of course that is the symbol of infinity. It's what there's some universal expressions or truth, wisdom that is so above, so below. And these are the kinds of things that remind us that there is a pattern that is happening. There is a focus. There is a need to understand that, what we do here or what we see here impacts what is happening above, and what we think and believe or what we're in touch with will impact our physical being. These are like two circles joined together, very potent, very powerful. You can kind of stare into the circles and feel the energy of the center, feel the energy, the solidness of the line, of the idea of when you create this symbol, because all numbers are symbols. When you create it, you never lift your pen up because it's continuous, it's infinity. One leads to the other. A certain behavior or reaction leads to a certain spiritual experience, and vice versa. A certain spiritual experience will lead you to physical action, to manifestation, to making things real, and taking that leadership role that you're being called to play. So this is not only reminding you of the joy and light that's available to you on this journey as a curious traveler. This is what this is really about. I want to experience myself in this body and just feel the energy of it. And I want to go towards what is calling me with a certainty, with a purpose, without needing to apologize or explain, or just follow that energy with a dedication and truth and a focus. And then I want to feel what it feels like to be in balance, to be not only in truth in my body, because actually when I think about it, these two are very different in their approach, but they're same in the sense that This figure is going towards the light. It's like swimming up like you would in nature. So it's very spiritual. And this is very physical, this riding on a horse to go to this space, to this energy that's calling is very physical and very much the reality of how it happens. So this is like the inner, and then this is like the horse is like the outer, and this is what we're seeing here in this card. The two pieces, right? The top and the bottom, and how they become one by you accepting that role and diving into it and just feeling like this is it. How do I bring heaven to earth? What do I need to do here to experience the incredibleness, the openness, the expansion of my soul? You know, what do I need to commit to? What journey do I need to ride? What are the things that will pull me towards where I want to go? You know, and owning that, like just being in delight with the idea that you can lead yourself where you need to go, that you can understand the spiritual concept and understand the physical manifestation of that, that it is a moving thing that is constantly testing you, encouraging you, leading you. And in a sense, when you're a leader, you lead yourself, right? And you rise above to see what it is you need to do, and then you become dedicated and focused on getting to the goal, which is beyond the assumed obstacle or whatever. So it's like you could say this card is there's a focus. We don't know what's beyond here, but it doesn't really matter because you have to pass through the rain and the storm to get where you're going. And this is what sustains you, right? The physical and mental kind of spiritual aspects of maintaining that figure eight, the symbol of infinity. Living what your truth is, experiencing your truth, testing it out, pushing the boundaries, just going further and further into this, because as soon as we think we've arrived somewhere, then it's time to peel that layer back and then go to the next one. All right, my gorgeous friends, I am going to love and leave you. I hope this was useful for this week. We do have Pluto standing still. There is a lot of movement in terms of things becoming realized, and as the reading has shown, it is very much up to us to realize the things that are expanding us, not just spiritually but physically. We need to get more comfortable in our bodies so we can actually do things that are challenging and kind of push past whatever appears to be in the way of that. So perhaps you saw something different. Whatever you experienced, I'd love it if you share, comment, like, subscribe, and you can share the videos. Let me know what you think about what I shared. Of course, the cards are for sale on my website, Duchene.com/Illuminating Journey Cards. And I do readings, Akashic and card readings, and I do classes. So there's all kinds of things that I'm offering to the world. I really believe all of us need to empower ourselves with tools and the ability to see more clearly, to understand beyond what is being presented to us, so that we can experience the change that we're here to experience. Transformation happens with our awareness, sometimes without, but if we're not paying attention, we can miss the party. So leave me a comment, and I will see you next week.